Gilmore Girls gets therapized. How do you deal with annoying, obnoxious, rude, disrespectful, self-centered, entitled teens? Oh yeah, we're going to talk about Jess. Mended Light. Okay, I am now into season 2 of Gilmore Girls, and folks, let me tell you, I am not feeling Jess as an option for Rory. I know Dean's got his problems, and I know Jess has got the whole bad boy mystique thing, and he's played by Milo Ventimiglia Vita Vegemin, who I love in Heroes and Rocky Balboa, and This Is Us. Jess is written to be an obnoxious bad boy, and I cannot see him through the lens of a teenage girl. I can only see him through the lens of a 40-plus-year-old man, and I just want to smack his little behind and send him to his room. That's what I want to do.
All right, Bart, that's it. Go to your room, now!
Anyways, Jess is Luke's nephew. He has gotten into all sorts of trouble in New York, so his mom can't handle him anymore, sends him to live with his uncle. Let's explore how Luke handles things. And yes, there is decency and humanity in Jess, but it's buried so deep.
Thank you. Luke.
What? What do you think you're doing?
Working.
So you think this is funny, huh?
I'm sorry, I thought this was a uniform.
Okay, you know what? That's fine. Have your little joke, you know. Doesn't bother me at all. You just go over there and clean off that table, okay? I'm ignoring you. You do not exist. Okay. That's it. Get upstairs and change.
Whatever you say, Uncle Luke.
It's Luke. Just Luke. Mr. Luke. In fact, don't address me at all.
Yes, Jess can be funny sometimes because Milo's playing him so well. Or Milo? You guys, how do you say his name? Can somebody link me to like an actual pronunciation guide on this actor who I like? This episode is brought to you by Entry Envy. Make your house a home and welcome everyone in style with these monogram signs with interchangeable styles.
Ooh,
Ooh, indeed, Alicia. Let's unbox this bad boy.
I love presents. Ooh,
It smells good in there.
it does.
I was not aware that it was going to smell good. Aww.
Okay.
That is not our actual home address. So this is just the base. This is just the start. This is the part that stays the same. And then you have these interchangeable signs for different seasons of the year, different occasions, different things you want to welcome people for.
Okay,
Oh, how
okay.
pretty.
Look. Okay, so here's the spring box. So you can sign up for a monthly subscription box.
So we're putting in the grass. Is this the grass? Oh, the little bunnies. The little Easter bunnies.
And then the tulips.
Aw. Hang on, hold this up. Hold this up. This is the little Easter egg. This is the little Easter egg basket that goes right inside of there.
Folks, I am not a homey decorative person, but
No.
this, I can do this.
Yeah.
This is fun.
I can get behind this. And part of our ongoing journey together is we now have 2 homes, which means we get double the entry envy. So I'm excited to get my own. And I'm excited to see, because did you say it rotates monthly?
Yeah, so it's a monthly subscription box, and the offer for the Mended Light viewers is that if you sign up for a monthly subscription box, you get the sign, which is $129 value, for free.
Absolutely free. How cool is that?
It can be personalized with a monogram, with your home address, or anything you want. So this right here is custom.
Love it. And through your monthly subscription, you can update the look every month in 5 minutes or less. It's simple, it's stylish, and it's fun.
Get your own from the link in the description below.
Okay, here's something that I just realized though. For some reason, I think Luke's curmudgeon-y sarcasm that betrays and covers his heart of gold is endearing. And with Jess, I find it annoying and obnoxious. And maybe this is my own like teenage years coming out where I tried to be just a decent guy and I was surrounded by Jesses who were too cool for school. And the girls found them very attractive and found me plain vanilla. Maybe this is my own trauma coming up, guys. Not real trauma, not actual trauma, but like little t, just pain. I'm sorry. Okay, so what I was saying is Jess actually is a less mature version of Luke, right? There are similarities there. So maybe what this is going to do is help Luke see to stop being such a sarcastic punk when people are trying to be real with him, because Jess does it to Luke and Luke doesn't like it. I'm excited to see if that's where the show is going. I would love that. I would love to sand off a little bit of Luke's rough edges. But how Luke is handling this is Jess is trying to get under his skin and Luke is letting him. And then he's saying things like, you know what, go change your clothes, don't address me at all, okay, address me as Luke, address me as Mr. Luke. Basically, he's pulling the authority card because Luke has no experience raising a child, much less a teenager, and he's flying by the seat of his pants. So Jess does a prank on this small, sleepy little town of Stars Hollow where there is zero crime, and he sets up police tape and a chalk outline of a body in front of his uncle's coffee shop. And Rory's gonna let him have it.
Should you be standing here all alone? I hear this is a pretty dangerous corner.
I'm fine.
Feeling succinct today?
Pretty much.
Did I do something to offend?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Good.
You might want to ask that same question to Luke, though.
Meaning?
You've got this whole town down on him.
Really? How'd I do that?
You know how you did that.
I'm not really familiar with the Blue Book laws in this town, so you'd be talking about a lot of things. Dropping a gum wrapper, strolling arm in arm with a member of the opposite sex on a Sunday. What about it?
You did it. The whole town knows you did it. They had a meeting about it.
You actually went to that bizarro town meeting? Yeah, those things are so... To kill a mockingbird.
Yes, I went. And Luke went. And when he got there, everyone ganged up on him. They all want you gone.
Wow, bummer.
And he's standing there yelling at everyone and defending you and paying Taylor back for his lettuce losses.
His what?
And now Luke's a pariah, and it's all because of you. What a shock. You don't care about any of this.
I didn't say that.
Go. I'm tired of talking to you.
Fine.
You care nothing about Luke and his feelings.
Got a second wind, huh?
All he does is stick up for you, and all you do is make his life harder. I guess that's what you have to do when you're trying to be Holden Caulfield, but I think it stinks. Luke has done a lot for my mom and a lot for me, and I don't like to see him attacked. Okay, second wind over.
Didn't know they were coming down so hard on him.
Funny, I never pegged you as clueless. My mistake.
Okay. I get it. Oh, no, I do. I get it. So did you at least think it was funny?
That is so not the point.
You thought it was funny.
Deep in there, he cares about his uncle. But he hates anyone who's got authority, and he hates anybody telling him what to do. And when Rory says, this is actually hurting your uncle, people are coming down on him, and he's defending you. And he's done a lot for my mom and I, and it's not cool. Jess sees it. For years, I worked with at-risk teenagers in group homes and in juvenile detention centers. That was where I got my start in therapy, was working with that population. And I knew 100 Jesses. And in some cases, there's sociopathic tendencies and there's narcissistic tendencies, and empathy and compassion are actually absent. And in other cases, they come from homes where any type of vulnerability is treated as weakness. This is something that Alicia talks about in some of our other videos. Something that served you in one environment no longer serves you. Luke's too cool, can't get under my skin, passive aggressive, any frustration I have with you, I'm just gonna send your way through these little barbs, right? Served him in the home he was growing up in, and served him on the streets of New York. It's not serving him in Stars Hollow, and it's not serving him with his uncle, who literally is just like, if you could just behave, do your schoolwork, we could have a great relationship, you know? But that's the point. What Jess is doing now helped him to survive before. But here, it's hurting him, and he's got to grow out of it.
Hey, listen. Have you seen Jess?
I think I saw him go upstairs earlier.
Oh, great. Thanks. Oh, good, you're here. So you file those under the band names?
Genre.
Right, genre. That makes sense. Makes
Filing CDs,
a
old
lot
show.
of sense.
Love it.
Oh, what is that? Something for school?
Oh,
Oh, well, shouldn't you be reading something for school?
why?
I don't know. I mean, I know you like reading, and since you like reading, you might as well read something you're going to get graded on so you can get graded on something you like because you like reading.
What are you babbling about?
I went to see your principal today.
Huh.
He says you're flunking out. He says you're not showing up for class. He says you stole their baseballs. You stole their baseballs? Why would you do that? What could you possibly need 500 baseballs for?
Could we talk about this later?
Why, you got a big frisbee heist going down at 6? Jess, Mr. Mertens said if you don't start doing better, they're not going to let you be a senior.
Bummer.
They're going to hold you back.
Well, at least I'll know where my classes are.
Jess, this is serious. You're flunking out. You're looking at being in the 11th grade for the rest of your life. You're going to be the kid in the back of the room with a beard and a racing form, babbling incoherently about Steely Dan.
Steely Dan.
The group may change. The freak in the back never does.
I'm going out.
Don't you want to go to college?
Don't wait up.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
About 20 miles south of wherever you are.
You have to think about the future. If you don't get through high school, who's going to hire you? You're not going to have any skills.
Stuff.
How are you going to work? How are you going to eat? How are you going to pay rent? What are you going to do, Jess?
Geez, I don't know. Maybe I'll work in a diner.
Ooh. Luke's just trying to love and care for you, Jess. You little snot-nosed brat.
Grateful.
Alicia's son, my stepson, went through a phase, not quite like this, because he still succeeded in school, but a phase of, I don't care. I don't care about anything. Too cool for everything. Try and engage emotionally. Nothing there. Handful of topics he might get mildly excited about. And we really had our fingers crossed and really hoped that this was a cocoon phase and that he was going to emerge a beautiful butterfly. And thankfully he did, right? He had some hormonal changes as he was growing where his emotions just got dialed way down low and his apathy was way up high. And it can be hard. When you care more about a person's well-being, their future, what they're learning, how they're growing, how prepared they are for life than they do or they seem to. In some cases, it is just genuinely apathy. In other cases, there's real fear and insecurity there that they mask with a devil-may-care attitude. But there's real worry about who am I going to be and what am I going to become. And it's frustrating. And Luke, as you can see, he's greatly concerned about Jess. And he doesn't know how to show it. He has tried to be vulnerable and tender and emotional and didn't work, which also isn't Luke's natural setting anyway, but he tried that with Jess, didn't work. He's tried to be the disciplinarian. He's tried to be the let's hang out, let's do stuff together. Nothing seems to work. Here's my experience as a parent and as somebody who worked with at-risk teenagers for a long time. You ever see Independence Day when they're trying to take down the alien ship and they've done everything they can think of and then they're like, and then the president says, nuke them, let's nuke the bastards. So they fire a nuke at the alien ship and like the mushroom cloud and the cars go flying and there's all the fire and stuff. And then like the dust settles and the ship is still there, unfazed, right? Because the shields were up. Sometimes parenting teenagers feels like that. You hit them with everything you got. All the love, all the support, all the interest, all the discipline, all the structure. And sometimes cracking the whip a bit. And you get a Jess. Fortunately, for a lot of people, it's something that they go through, they grow out of, and they leave behind. But whether they do or whether they don't, it's important to remember your role as a parent, or in Luke's case, a parental figure. Structure, love, support. And then you kind of have to honor that they're going to make their choices. And some things they're going to learn the hard way because of the consequences. And sparing them the consequences actually doesn't help them. So Jess does have consequences for his actions like I talked about. He joyrides with Rory, he crashes the car, and he gets sent back to his mom. He gets sent back to New York, and then several episodes later decides he wants to come back. And this is what goes down between Jess and Luke.
Hey. Hey.
Luke's face.
How'd you get in here?
The door was open.
No, I mean, I was in the diner. I would have seen you come up the stairs. You know what? Forget it. I don't want to know. So, how's everything back home?
Fine.
Your mom?
Fine.
You in trouble?
Nah.
Then what the hell you doing here, Jess? You know, I called you 6 times. Now, I didn't expect you to call me back so we could sit on a phone in bed watching Sleepless in Seattle together. I just expected you to call me back, say you got home, say no one mugged you on the bus, say you were okay, say...
I relate to this so hard as a parent. Just like, let me explain to you blow by blow how human relationships work, right? I expected you to call me back after I called 6 times just to tell me you were safe. Oh, it's hit so hard.
You know what? Never mind. Just tell me what it is you want. I got work to do.
I want to come back.
You what?
I want to come back.
Come back here.
Yes.
Here to Stars Hollow.
Yes.
To live in this apartment with me.
I said yes a million times already.
You know what? You're the one asking for something, so you don't get to be James Dean this time, okay? Now, one more time. You want to come back?
It's a great line.
Yes.
Why?
I just want to come back.
You know what people told me when I said you were coming here to live with me? They told me I was crazy. They told me I was insane. They told me to start writing letters to Jodie Foster, but I ignored them. I was so sure that I knew what I was doing, and then you showed up, and you know what happened? You proved them right. I was crazy. And now, after all that has happened, after all the chaos and havoc that you have wreaked, you're seriously standing there wearing a t-shirt with a picture of a butt with hands that are flipping me off. Tell me you want to come back?
You didn't pack up my stuff yet.
No, I've been a little busy.
When were you planning on sending it back to me?
What, hey, am I wearing a little brown uniform with the UPS stamped on it?
They're perfect for each other.
Sure.
See that?
What do you think?
Things are gonna have to be different, Jess.
I know.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're staying?
Staying.
Okay, then. Stay. I gotta get back to the diner.
I'll help you close up later, all right?
Sure.
I'll help you close up later. Things are going to have to be different. This is what I've seen. Saw it with my stepson when he came around. Saw it with a lot of these teenagers. They talk a good game. They act like they don't care. They're too cool. They're detached. But when someone genuinely is involved and shows up for them and cares about them, it resonates and it registers. And it's really hard being the adult because they often ask for love in the most unlovable of ways with the most unlovable of behaviors. But Jess always needed a place to belong, and he didn't belong with his mom, right? His mom had all sorts of problems. He belongs in Stars Hollow. He belongs with Luke. He does not belong with Rory, though, and I will die on that hill. He is not good enough for her. But just the fact that his uncle fought for him and tried so hard and got it wrong so many times, but his heart was in the right place, Jess noticed. If you've got a teenager that it feels like nothing is landing, nothing is registering, it is smarm and sass and sarcasm nonstop, do not give up hope. Keep showing love, keep providing structure, keep holding to consequences, and accept that they're going to be a pain in the butt for a few years. But sooner or later, a lot of them, most of them, come back around. What do you think of Jess on Gilmore Girls as a character? Do you think he's good enough for Rory? You're going to have to mount a pretty solid defense. And Luke's uncling, let me know in the comments below. Those of you who are digging these Gilmore Girls videos, which is everyone watching this video right now, own it, embrace it, and let's move on with our day by watching another one. I've got a whole playlist. Here it is. Until next time, folks, keep shining. We need your light.